Hello, you guys. Welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been a tarot reader for 5 years. Before we get started, I do want to give a special shout out to our trusted sponsor, Psychic Source. Psychic Source is the oldest and most trusted psychic service in the industry, and they have been around for over 35 years. Now, you know I love diving into tarot and astrology with you, but sometimes it pays off to go a little bit deeper, and that is where Psychic Source comes in. Their community is full of vetted, gifted advisors, where only about 2% that apply actually get in, and you can connect in any way that you feel is most comfortable, whether it's a phone call, video chat, or text. I actually tried a session myself, and it was pretty eerie on how much they picked up on, considering that they were validating things I had already been picking up on my own readings, and I was able to move forward with a little bit more clarity, and I love that. The best part, through my link, you can get up to 40 minutes for $19.80. That is a $240 value. You don't have to use all your minutes at once, and you can even try multiple advisors until you find the right one for you. And since you're watching on YouTube, you can scan the QR code to start your session instantly. Thank you so much to Psychic Source for sponsoring and supporting this channel. And if you've been looking for a sign to gain personal clarity, this is it. Hi, Aries. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what this week has in store for you. We have that Sun making a conjunction to Neptune and Saturn in your sign, and then making a sextile to Pluto. So there's a lot going on with you guys this week. So let's see how it's playing out. Show me Aries. The Fool. So a brand new beginning. You may be ready to venture out on something. Maybe it's a creative pursuit. Look at that, 8 of Wands. A lot of you may be making some kind of travel plans. I could definitely see that. Maybe you're getting ready to start a new learning journey, a new teaching journey, a new writing journey. Maybe you're starting a podcast. Maybe you're writing a blog on Medium or Substack. You know, again, maybe you're learning something. Whatever it is. Oh, dang. Lots of socializing, having fun. There's a lot of communication happening back and forth. You know, you have to think with these cards, we have Uranus, which is, in my opinion, more of a mental or a science-y, technology-based kind of planet. Then you have the 8 of Wands, which is Mercury in Sagittarius, 3 Cups, Mercury again, but in Cancer. So all of this energy means what? It means that there's a lot of conversation, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of socializing, and you may kind of feel like you're finding your tribe, especially with that sextile to Pluto, you know, especially like, let's say that you're an Aries rising, right? So you have all this energy happening in your first house. You're trying to express yourself. Maybe you're trying to monetize a business of some sort. Maybe you're trying to stabilize some kind of creative project or whatever it is, trying to make your dreams come true. And then there's an opportunity to maybe showcase it with that sextile to Pluto in your 11th house. But whatever Aries placement is, I feel like it's pretty positive. Definitely some kind of socializing. Okay, what's coming from the outside that's affecting Aries? What's coming from the outside here? The Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Wow. There's somebody coming in, somebody that may be very inspiring to you. This can be somebody who's trying to learn something from you or ask questions about something. This can also be somebody that ends up inspiring you to start that business, to get that LLC. What the hell is that sound? I am so sorry if that's really loud for you guys. Please just ignore it if you can. So whoever this person is, this is likely a feminine, okay, or a woman most likely, okay? Tarot is technically not gender specific, but it's a very feminine figure. Somebody who's a businesswoman or a businessman, somebody who likely takes very good care of themselves, good with money, likes to climb the ladder in regards to career and reputation and all of those things. And this is somebody who's going to inspire you to potentially speak your mind, to finish what you set out on. So whether that's learning something, whether that is reading something, being invited on a podcast, there's something regarding communicative efforts or creative efforts here. So this person may offer you an opportunity to maybe collaborate on something or offer you an opportunity to start something. So I feel like that's really good too. Let's see your advice for this. I love being out here, but the bugs just really freak me out. You know what I'm saying? The Hierophant. So I feel like this is something to do with learning for a lot of you with that Hierophant. The Hierophant can be like, you know, maybe somebody wants you to be their mentor. Take it on. You know, maybe You know, you found somebody that could be your mentor. Go ahead and take it on. Maybe you're also needing to focus on religion or spirituality or whatever it is that you believe in. But what this is asking essentially is for you to create a foundation that you're proud of. We have the Hierophant and the Ace of Cups, and that may come through creativity or external opportunities. And you may also be needing to create these opportunities for yourself, not just take them, okay? The Queen of Swords, the World reverse. So maybe there is some kind of, there's something about communication, writing, speaking, something like that. And it's telling you to do it, but it's also saying that you have some unfinished business regarding whatever that may be. So let's say that you were supposed to write a course, and maybe you started writing a course or creating a course maybe 6 months ago. You left it on the shelf. It's time to pick that back up, okay? Because now you know more, Queen of Swords. Now you know more. Now you understand more, because I feel like it's going to bring you a lot of money. But it's not going to bring you a lot of money just by you sitting there, right? So it's telling you, get your ass up and go. So that's what I have for you, Aries. Thanks a lot and take care. Okay, Taurus, let's go ahead and see what's going on for you between the week of March 22nd through to the 28th. We have a lot going on. We have the Sun making a conjunction to Neptune and Saturn, and then it's also making a sextile to Pluto. So let's see how that's playing out for you. In your energy, the Three of Wands reversed. Okay, you may be a little bit frustrated. I'm hearing gestation phase. It almost feels like something is in the womb and it's like you can't push it out. Excuse my terminology. It feels like you can't push it out, or it's not coming out fast enough, or it almost feels like a roadblock in some way. The Nine of Cups. Okay. There's a wish that you have and that you want. And I feel like you wanted it for a while. And you're getting frustrated because you feel like it's not quite here yet. And although you're somewhat content with your circumstances, you definitely feel like it could get better. You may be ready to move on from a dream, or you may be like willing to give up on a dream. Or maybe it's just that you're acting kind of passive towards the thing that's kind of frustrating you. So what do I mean by that? Maybe you are trying to get a book published, but nobody will take you on. Or, you know, you're looking for an agent and nobody will take you on, and you're getting very frustrated. And maybe you've just been publishing your stuff on social media and you're like content with that, but you're kind of ready to move on to the next thing. You know, it can be that kind of energy. The Two of Cups is here. You and somebody that you care about or love, could be a friend, could be a lover. You and this person may end up resolving some kind of issues between the two of you. I do want to see why that Three of Wands is reversed and what that's about. The Tower reverse. I think that you're really ready for change, okay? You're ready for change, but you're not totally confident about it, which is usually a sixth, not a sixth house. Interesting that I said sixth house. Maybe it's something about your job or your career or your health or your routine or something like that. Interesting. So I didn't mean to say sixth house anyway, but that's a fixed sign thing. As far as change goes, having an issue with change, etc. And so you know that something needs to change, but you're frustrated because it's not. And I think a lot of it is coming from a lack of confidence, because I think there's a fear of like pivoting. Okay, show me what's coming towards Taurus externally. The Four of Pentacles. You may realize, or you may feel like some kind of payment is being delayed this week, okay? Or you may feel like somebody is holding back or being a little bit stingy financially. Maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a husband, I don't know. All right, almost. Get some more on that. The Moon. Yeah, you feel like somebody's hiding something, okay? You may feel like somebody's not telling you everything. You may feel like they're hiding money from you. You may feel like somebody has more to offer than they're really showing. And then we have the Strength reversed. You may kind of like feel as though somebody's giving into their weaknesses. Tell me about that. Yeah, I think it's financial. Look at that. 9 of Pentacles reversed and then 10 of Pentacles reversed. Tell me about that Moon. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, it's like you feel like somebody's being a little bit stingy. So for instance, let's say that you and, you know, your friend, you guys are always going out to lunch every week and you find yourself always paying. And then you find that this person is incredibly stingy. You're like, damn, you know, are they ever going to pay? You know what I mean? Like, is that what's going on there? And you may feel like they're hiding their finances from you, or they're kind of being misleading about it, or there's a lack of confidence in regards to their finances, something of that nature. I wonder if this is what it is, because you seem to be frustrated that something isn't happening fast enough, and you might feel like somebody's kind of slowing you down, especially from a financial perspective, and you can feel like it's coming from a place of pride or ego or a lack of confidence. Like somebody's kind of pulling you down or something like that. I don't know if that makes sense. So let's see your advice for all of this, Taurus. You know, and to be honest with you, I feel like you're just content with like being alone. Ten of Wands reversed. Don't take on problems that are not yours, okay? You may have this thing that you do where maybe when you're feeling out of control, or you're feeling like you don't have control over a situation, you bite off more than you can chew and you take on people's problems, whether that's financially, energetically, emotionally, sexually, whatever it may be. Don't do that, okay? Because you're going to cause problems for yourself, and it's asking you to learn the lesson about taking on too much. The King of Pentacles. Focus on your money. Focus on your money, building your business, things like this. You know, take accountability for where you are now. Don't repeat. Be cautious about like owing money or repeating some kind of financial mistake, because that can definitely happen this week. You may be like, oh shit, you know, I got my hair done last week. Instead, I needed to pay that energy bill or whatever it is. I don't know if it's like it is for you, for me, where the energy bill has been fucking crazy every single month. It's been like $600 to $1,000. What the hell is going on here? Anyway, so, but yeah, that's what I have for you. Kind of let go a little bit. Just take responsibility for you know, your little family or your little nook of the world, and try not to feel like you're being a martyr for everybody. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. Thanks so much, and take it easy. Bye for now. Hey Gemini, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you between March 22nd through to the 28th. Show me Gemini, please. The Star reversed. You don't like believe in a dream that you have, you know, and I think that you're very focused on your dreams. Maybe focus on friendships and things like that, but you're asking yourself, is this really the friend group for me? Is this really what I want to do long term? Is this the kind of result that I expected from my efforts? You know, I don't know. Ace of Swords reversed. You're not very clear on either who you are or who your friends are or what your bigger goals or your dreams are. And I think that some of you are probably bursting with ideas, but you may be, I heard submitting. Okay, I don't know about that. You may be suppressing them or keeping quiet, but there's something that's not really authentic to you. And you're staying like quiet about it. Two of Pentacles reverse. What are we confused about exactly? What are we confused about here? The Queen of Wands. I heard setting the stage. I feel like it's a lack of confidence, or where you need to take initiative in your dreams, your goals, your life. The Queen of Wands doesn't give a shit when anyone thinks. You know, the Queen of Wands is very assertive. She's like the actor or actress, or you know, the influencer, or the one that freaking shows up, you know, and puts her best foot forward regardless of what people think, and she wears her shadow on her sleeve and she does it proudly. And there's something about you almost denying that to yourself. Not really, you know, knowing who you are, or, you know, and we're going to figure this out with all this Aries energy. We're all going to figure that out to an extent. And so I feel like you're part of that pack, you know, you're just trying to figure it out. You're just trying to figure out where you belong, what belongs in your life, what your long-term dreams and goals are, and how you can assert yourself in them. All right. What's happening external? Three of Swords reversed for something that's happening outside of you that's affecting you. The Eight of Cups. The Ten of Cups reversed. Feels like somebody's walking away from you. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think that you really trust this person. King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, but reversed. So there's a masculine here who very much loves the feminine. The feminine loves as well, but the feminine does not trust the masculine, basically, is what that looks like to me. Now, I don't know which one you are, but whomever this person is, they're over it, or they're over something. They're walking away. They're moving on. Something isn't really meshing. It doesn't really make sense anymore. Someone seems to keep trying to force an emotional relationship with you, whether that's family or a romantic relationship, and they feel like it's just like not working. Why is that? The Five of Swords reversed. They feel like no matter what they do, they cannot win with you. Give me one more. The Emperor. If you are the masculine, this person feels like you refuse to take either accountability or you refuse to take responsibility in a way that they would like. If you are the feminine, then I feel like this is somebody who feels like they just can't please you. They may feel like they're not enough, or they're not man enough, or something to that effect. Woo! Oh my God. Why does something always happen in your guys' readings? The Hermit for your advice. Take some time alone if you need to. Just kind of separate yourself from the crowd a little bit, or whatever it is that you have going on. The Hangman reverse. So this is asking you to kind of surrender to what's happening right now, even though like that's easier said than done, right? But you're a mutable sign, so I feel like that's easier for you. I really want you to focus on your mental health. This is very like mental health coded, in my opinion. Very mental health coded, you know, like if you're a Gemini rising, right, you think of your 12th house, which is like your mental health. It's a Taurus house for you, ruled by Venus. Venus is in her detriment in Aries right now, in your 11th house nonetheless, but still. So maybe it is about mental health. You know, how are your friends affecting your mental health? How's your community affecting your mental health? You know, and so I feel like you're needing to perceive something differently. You may be looking for external validation to be who you are. You don't need validation to be who you are. You need to just be. So I don't know what that looks like for you, but try to have fun a little bit. Okay. Because you seem a little down, but I love you, Gemini, and I know that it'll all work out. Bye for now. Hey, Cancer, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you between March 22nd through to the 28th. Show me Cancers. The Ten of Wands reverse. Okay. You may feel like there's a lot of competition at work, or just a lot of competition in your life in general. It could feel like too many responsibilities. You're kind of focusing and doing your own thing. You're like focusing on your own thing and doing your own thing. You're kind of feeling like, okay, this responsibility that I had to this person, no, like I'm not doing it. I'm not taking that on. You're kind of doing your own thing. You're showing up for yourself. You're feeling very confident. That Six of Cups reverse. Tell me about that Six of Cups reversed. The Four of Cups. Give me one more. Oops. The Three of Wands reversed. I think you're disappointed because you want more either intimacy from somebody or more vulnerability. And you're kind of like throwing your hands up in the air, although there is a level of frustration coming from you and disappointment, to be honest. You're feeling confident in yourself, and I feel like that's good. I do want to see what your advice is in a minute. We're going to see that in a minute because I'm a little like, I don't want to say concerned, but a little curious, I guess, as to like what this is really about. Because you may feel kind of rejected in some way, and I don't know if you're taking it that well with that Six of Cups reverse. The Six of Cups reverse can represent somebody who's being a little bit petulant or immature. We all have the ability to do that, okay? I'm certainly no exception. And I think it's because you are frustrated, and it may be creating some level of insecurity within you because of it. And although like you are showing up as the King of Wands, and that's great, and you know, you may be very focused on your creative projects or an entrepreneurship thing or a relationship, maybe there is an emotional frustration, and it's kind of causing you to, I guess, visit your lower vibration. So before, where you're very confident and you're like kind of carefree, like this one thing is the thing that's like your kryptonite a little bit. And it feels like rejection or something like that. What's coming external from Cancer that is affecting them? The Five of Cups. There's some kind of regret here. The Tower reversed. And the Devil. Goodness gracious. What's the Devil? The Six of Wands. Why is the Five of Cups here? One more. There seems to be some kind of past issue that's being repeated, some kind of past issue that maybe somebody else hasn't let go of. They're definitely not over something. There could be somebody here who's a little bit jealous of maybe the attention that you're getting. There can be a toxic attachment that you have with the person, a toxic attachment that you even have with, I don't know, maybe an addiction or a substance or something that maybe you've given too much attention to, which has essentially caused you to be even more attached. And so you may be regretting it or having a hard time letting go. And it can be that maybe somebody here is sad about it or is, you know, expressing themselves to you. And it's almost like they automatically regret it because they feel like nothing is really changing or something like that. Okay. There's like a fear of, this person has like a fear of letting go of you or a situation or a conversation. There's a fear here, and they're having a hard time detaching from it if this is another person. What is this regarding exactly? The Five of Swords reverse. It almost feels like a cycle, like a very repetitive cycle. It's like nobody's winning here. Let me see what your advice is. I think that's what I'm curious about the most. What's Cancer's advice for all of this? The Nine of Wands. You're needing to stand up for what you believe in or make sure that you have strong boundaries. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Especially like needing to protect your heart, maybe. Or needing to stand up for somebody else and protect somebody else as well. I could see that. Oh my goodness. The Judgment reverse. It's also telling you to take responsibility for some kind of heartache that either you caused or maybe that you were a part of. I'm not like saying that you're a bad person or anything like that, but even if it's like maybe you got your heart broke or something like that and this person was just terrible to you. Okay, great. How maybe did you play into that? Were your boundaries low? Did you say yes when you should have said no? You know, did you let them cheat on you a million times? I don't know, right? Like whatever it is, but Spirit's asking you to answer the call. Answer the call, own your truth, because that's the way that you gain your power back. That's the way that you own your power. So, and there's also something, oh, there's a freaking spider here. There's also something that you're not supposed to give up on, that you may be wanting to give up on, but it's telling you not to. Sorry, there is a spider here, and there's absolutely no way that I was just going to let that come near me. Blah. Okay, great. So, sorry, you guys just saw me kill a bug on my video. Congrats. Not doing it. So, what's the judgment reversed about? The Queen of Pentacles, maybe something financially, maybe something in regards to a business or a feminine energy in your life, okay? But it can be around finances, a business, or a woman in your life. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. Hey, Leo, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you between March 22nd through to the 28th. I know that your ruler, the sun, is in its, sign of exaltation, so you should be happy about that, although it is going to come into a conjunction with Saturn and Neptune, but a sextile with Pluto, so we'll see. The Fool, okay, brand new path. Maybe moving on from an old one that wasn't helping you financially or in regards to your reputation, wasn't really doing anything for you. Yeah, brand new path, brand new creative project, brand new venture that you're doing. And you're not 1,000% confident, but guess what? You're going to do it anyway, so I really like that. That's very Sun and Aries. This can be something from the past, something that you're picking back up. For some of you, you can be messaging a person from your past. It can be professionally or it can be romantically. But I see this as a brand new path-ish, but that you're starting again. So maybe at one point you were reading tarot and you were just kind of learning it. And then you were like, okay, no, I'm just going to go do something else. And now maybe you're deciding, you know what, I was just being scared. I'm going to do this now. You know, whatever it may be. Let's get one more for you. The Seven of Swords. I feel like you're being very strategic on how you go about it. So I'm not mad at this. This, to me, just seems really positive. So let's see what's happening external from you that is affecting you. A brand new opportunity. Maybe this what is inspiring you. The Lovers. Wow. If you guys are looking for intimacy or something like that, I could definitely see that happening. What's that High Priestess reverse? The Queen of Cups. I feel like somebody is confessing their feelings for you. Okay, it can be that. For some of you, you guys are getting laid this week. Okay. But there can also be a person here. It doesn't have to be love. There can be a person here who is trying to encourage you to do what you love, who is trying to push you and motivate you to do what you love. And this is somebody who's likely pushing you towards a higher experience, your higher purpose. And there may be a decision that they offer to you that you're going to have to make. But this person, it feels like they were hiding it before, or maybe there was a paranoia around offering you this. You know, maybe this is at work and this your coworker was taking on a really great project and they never invited you in because they thought that you would be better than them and they didn't want you to take the shine. And now they're like, okay, you know what? I'm inviting Leo into this, you know, or whatever it is, okay? And I feel like maybe you don't totally trust it, but I feel like you should. To be honest, with that Queen of Cups there, it seems like it's something that's pretty positive. But I'm getting the feeling that this is after some kind of disconnect, okay? There may be some doubts that you have specifically around whatever this is. And you may end up communicating those because I think you don't trust it. Like you're not totally optimistic about it. And you may be kind of doing something in secret or in private, which I'm going to clarify in a minute. What's the advice for Leo for this? The Moon. Listen to your gut. Listen to your gut about things. The Strength reversed. Don't trust your ego. Trust your gut. Move away from the ego. Why? The Knight of Swords. It's asking you to be open-minded and curious. And if you kind of live in your ego with something, then it's telling you that you're going to miss out. Sorry, it got really dark. You're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities because of it. So try to keep an open mind. Like maybe somebody's bringing you an opportunity that you would have never gone after yourself, but it's saying like, you might want to take this on because there's something to learn, and it may come out of nowhere. It may end up succeeding very, very quickly, and you had no idea. Maybe it's a writing project, maybe it is learning, maybe it's teaching, something like that. But it's saying your fear is coming from your ego or your pride. Okay? So it's saying to trust yourself. You will find a way, grab your strength, and move past the insecurities, because it doesn't have a place for where it is that you're needing to go. Tell me about that Seven of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. I would be careful of trying to assert some kind of control, or like try to push something into a box in the way that you want it because it makes you feel more safe. Okay? I don't think that you need to do that. I think you kind of need to be in this energy of trusting yourself and let go and let God to see the most success. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Thanks a lot and take care. Bye for now. Hey, Virgo, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you between March 22nd and the 28th. The sun is in Aries, making a conjunction to Neptune and Saturn, and then making a sextile to Pluto. Your ruler, Mercury, is retrograde, and it's fallen Pisces. So let's see. The Four of Pentacles. Who had something like... I think Taurus had something like this. You may be dealing with the Taurus. We have the Four of Pentacles here, okay? The Ten of Swords. The Justice. I'm getting like a little bit of fear here, maybe in regards to a financial situation, or maybe you're needing to, I don't know, make different financial decisions or different work decisions. There may be something relationally that's going on as well when it comes to finances and partnerships. You're making the right decision. You're making an unbiased decision, a decision around this, that maybe you ending something. You may feel like something has run its course, or you may be ready to evolve to the next level financially or relationally, but you've been holding yourself back for a while, and you may be kind of realizing that it's time to take some chances in your life. It's time to make some bigger moves or some bigger decisions. Maybe it's time to elevate a relationship. Maybe it's time to make some bigger financial decisions. Again, this is not financial advice, okay? This is just some of the possibilities. Yeah, King of Pentacles reverse. I feel like this is the time where you stabilize and get your money right, okay? Because there are some difficult financial decisions that I do think that you're making this week. I think that you may be trying to pay off some debts, you know? Maybe you've got yourself in a financial cycle that is very difficult to get out of, or whatever it may be. Tell me about that Ten of Swords. The Page of Swords. I feel like the way that you're thinking about money has to change. Okay, there may be a new venture that you're taking on, that's going to help you financially as well. But there's something about your mentality that's changing when it comes to money. Okay? There's something about money here. That you're not feeling like super secure. You're like, oh God, you know, maybe this relationship is draining my pocketbook, or this job really isn't doing it for me, or, you know, and maybe you're needing to collaborate more. Maybe you're needing to take on another client or something, but you're not feeling totally stable. Let's see what's happening external from you. The Seven of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, I would be cautious of your finances this week. Like, you may kind of find the King of Cups reverse. Okay. You may kind of find that somebody is not really invested, or somebody has kind of lied or manipulated things in order to get something out of you. Okay. Which is, I know that's not really what you want to hear, but the Emperor. Ooh. The Eight of Pentacles, the Empress reversed. Somebody's going to show you a different way. What is this Emperor doing to Virgo? The Ten of Pentacles reverse. Give me one more. The Two of Pentacles reverse. Somebody is helping you with a financial situation or taking some kind of financial responsibility on. Because there's something financially that's going on that I feel like you can't really take care of yourself, or in the way that you work, or whatever it is. How does Virgo feel about this? The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, it's making you feel more independent. You're feeling more secure. It feels like help or something like that. You know? So the way that you're like responding to this is pretty good, because you're feeling like you can kind of relax. The Nine of Pentacles is where we feel like we can relax. So if you're having issues, you know, I don't know, maybe your wife or your husband is like, oh, don't worry, I'll get that bill, or don't worry, I'll take on that payment, or I'll take on that second job, or, you know, maybe this is about a boss and finally giving you that raise, okay, where before maybe, you know, you just felt like you were wasting your time or something like that. But somebody seems to be really stepping up in a situation. What's the advice for Virgo for this? The Sun reversed. Okay. Don't be too proud to beg. No, I'm just kidding. The Sun reversed. So it's asking to try to remain optimistic. Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there's something about money here. Try to remain optimistic despite your circumstances. It's asking you to take the lead in your own life and to not allow external circumstances to delay some kind of progress that you had set out for yourself, especially when it comes to the money that you make, etc. And I also want you to ask yourself if you feel like something is actually reciprocal, or if you're just kind of like giving in vain. Okay, because you may kind of like, you may be trying to be too optimistic about a situation, but realizing that something really isn't as stable as you'd like it to be, and you could feel like you're just you're being taken advantage of. For others of you, you're taking advantage of someone else. Okay, and you got to stop that. Okay, that could definitely be what it is. So it just depends on your personal situation. It's asking you to dream bigger. Dream bigger and ask yourself if something is truly authentic to you, and you're needing to be open and vulnerable about that, about what you really want. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Love you, Virgo. Have a great week. Bye. Hey, Libra, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you March 22nd through to the 28th. Show me, Libra. The Nine of Cups reversed. Not very content, are we? I feel like you just kind of want to hide away. There's the Queen of Swords. I think that you're communicating that you're not content with something or someone, because you feel like you're not really fishing your wish in a situation. And so you're like, okay, I'm not really thinking about this on love terms, or, you know, being too emotional about it. Like, this is what it is, and this is what it's going to be if I don't speak up. So it's like you're being very adamant about, yeah, Two of Swords reverse. You're not ignoring a problem. That's good. The Magician reverse. Some of you may feel like you're being manipulated in a situation, and you're like, yeah, I'm not ignoring this shit anymore. I'm going to say something. Especially if you expected to get something from someone or a job or whatever. You're like, okay, I'm not getting it, so now we're going to speak up about it, you know? And I feel like you're being pretty fair, but you're like, I'm not going to avoid this anymore. For some of you, you can feel like something is missing from your life. You can feel like you're lacking something to create the reality that you want. What is that with that Magician? The Knight of Cups reverse. You may feel like somebody's emotionally manipulating you. You know, and you may assert yourself. You may assert yourself, but you may also feel like somebody's acting indifferent or trying to hide away from the conversation. What's happening externally from Libra that is affecting Libra? The Hermit reversed. The King of Swords reversed. Somebody lied and is paranoid that you're going to find out. Eight of Swords. Why the Eight of Swords? The Ten of Cups. I'm almost getting like future faking for some reason. Like, there's somebody here who like totally lacks self-awareness. And I feel like it's because this person always, like, I don't want to say always, but they tend to project their intentions onto others, or they try to gaslight other people out of what the actual reality is. So for instance, let's say that, you know, this person did something and tried to make you responsible for it. And then when you confront them about it, they're trying to still gaslight you and make you responsible for something that is not your problem or that you did not do. And you could be feeling the brunt of that this week and just being like, all right, so you want to, you want to dance, let's go. And I feel like it's kind of like this person is trying to confuse you about a relationship or a family matter. Like this person can be acting like they're unsure about you or uncertain about you in some way, gaslighting you again about a family or a love situation. What's this person's intention towards Libra or with Libra? Knight of Pentacles reverse. It's like it almost feels like they're trying to stall, like you're confronting them about something, they're trying to stall, maybe about a financial situation as well, or a work situation, but the effort is not there. They're trying to take shortcuts is what it feels like. So for instance, you could be like, in order to have a romantic relationship with somebody, I need an allowance every month. Okay. And maybe they're like, oh, yeah, I can do that. I had somebody do this to me. Oh, yeah, I can do that. And then they did it for the first month. And then they were like, oh, I don't think I can do that. Okay, well, it's like kind of a bait and switch kind of vibe going on here or something. Yes, I do believe that I deserve an allowance to date somebody. I don't care what anybody says. All right, let's see. Those are just my standards, baby. Not everybody got to live by them. All right, let's see. Because I do just fine by myself, so. The Hierophant. Anyway, this is not okay. We have the Hierophant for your advice. This is about not abandoning your morals or your values. Okay, like what do you believe to be true? Like, don't let somebody bait and switch you. Don't let somebody try to downplay something that you want or something that you need. The Knight of Wands with the Three of Pentacles, it's asking you to be passionate in collaborations. Maybe there's a project that you're wanting to work on. Maybe there's something that you want to try or do, but you're needing to invite other people into your life in order to do that. It's telling you as well, don't allow your ego to take control or let your pride kind of get in the way, because it will get in the way of your passions and what it is that you want. So I feel like there's a win-win here, but it's definitely not about taking shortcuts, okay? This is about taking the long way. This is about really putting in the work, and I don't know what that means for you, but that's what I have for you, Libra. Thanks a lot, and take care. Bye for now. Hi, Scorpio. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you between, what is this, March 22nd to... Jesus Christ, I got to get my shit together. March 22nd through to the 28th. So let's see. Show me Scorpio. The Lovers reversed in your energy. Four of Pentacles. I'm almost getting like a feeling of being unsafe. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like not feeling stable or having some kind of anxiety around relationships or having anxiety around communication. You're really held back because I feel like you're worried. Knight of Wands reversed. It's like this not really knowing what decision to make. Maybe when it comes to your passions or when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career. And so there's this indecision. So that indecision is causing you to kind of stay put, and you're just trying to get it out of your mind and not really think about it by staying exactly where you are and just feeling like you don't know which direction to go. Yeah, you may be kind of hiding out a little bit or healing. Let's see. What's happening external from Scorpio that is affecting Scorpio directly? Last shuffle. The Temperance card. Somebody is here maybe to help you kind of, or to help pave the path in some way is what I'm getting. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. This is a feminine person. Okay, so maybe a woman or a feminine energy. Somebody who's pretty emotionally balanced. What are they bringing to Scorpio? Ace of Cups reverse. Give me one more. And the Five of Cups. This is somebody who's maybe trying to make peace with you. There's some kind of maybe regret that they're bringing to you, or some kind of past situation that they feel drained from, or maybe that you do. But it seems like this person loves you a lot and really cares about you, and they're trying to help give you some kind of direction or help you learn something or understand something. Because the Temperance there is like somebody who's pretty content, or somebody who's trying to teach you something or help you on the journey that you're on with that Queen of Cups there. Why is that Lovers reversed? The Three of Cups. I would be cautious of like third party energies. If it's not that, then I would say you are just like wanting to be alone or trying to isolate in some way, and you have somebody here who's like, you don't need to do that, you know, because it feels like you feel unsafe, or maybe you're the one with the regrets or whatever it may be, and this person is trying to soothe you or help you in some way. What's the advice for this? What's the advice for Scorpio for this reading? The Page of Pentacles reverse. There's something that you need to start, build, or learn that you may be procrastinating on. And I feel like it has to do maybe with a conversation that you need to have, or some kind of idea that you need to implement and move forward with. King of Wands, but you can be lacking confidence. You know the direction that you need to go, but there may be a fear. It can be like a lack of confidence, or feeling like you don't have enough courage, or you don't have what it takes, when it's like you do, but the longer that you keep putting it off, the more it's going to feel like you're losing it. And I think that you have somebody here who's like, hey, you're going to regret this if you don't take this opportunity, or if you sleep on this. So this person, it feels like they're trying to help you out. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoy your week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, Sag. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for you between March 22nd through to the 28th. Show me Sagittarius. The Wheel of Fortune reverse in your energy. the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. Why the Four of Cups? The Knight of Swords. What's going on with that Wheel of Fortune? The Eight of Pentacles. I feel like there's something that you're repeating that's working for you to a degree. Some kind of work that you're doing. Maybe it's nutrition, maybe it's health to a degree. But I feel like you maybe want more, but until you learn a lesson or until you kind of let go of control over something maybe that you've been finicky about or getting lost in the details around, that's when you're going to see bigger progress than you could really imagine. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles is really good because it tells me that something that is already established in your life, whether it's a business or a relationship or familial matters, all of that is, sorry about that, all of that is going really, really well. And it seems like because of that, there's some new opportunity that's being created here. The only thing is you seem to like not be happy with where you're at. So like with that Knight of Swords, like you're not happy with where you're at, or maybe there's some kind of news that you're getting or communication that you're getting that either isn't as responsive as you'd like, or it's just kind of disappointing. Again, I think that you want more, but the way that you're going about something is how you've always gone about something, and it's asking for you to go about something a different way. So like, for instance, you know, maybe you have always just done your tarot channel. That's what you're used to. That's what's worked for you, right? And you've continuously done that and like it's working, it's good, but you're not happy. You want more. So it's going to require that you kind of let go of the wheel a little bit, like maybe not be so focused on your tarot channel and integrate your life and your time into something else and not get so worried or scared that everything is going to fall apart. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's about a tarot channel. That's just obviously an example. Just apply it as you may. All right, let's see. All right. What's happening external from Sagittarius? Emperor reversed. Ew. What's going on here? The King of Pentacles reversed. The Ten of Cups. There can be a family member or maybe a boss even. It doesn't feel like a boss though. It feels like family members, especially masculine people in your life, males, etc., that may be trying to use you or abuse their financial power in some way, or trying to take something from you while still feeling like, you know, they run the household. So let's say it's a marriage or a relationship and you are working your ass off and you're paying all of the bills, and you got this guy Doug in your house who you've been in a relationship with for 5 years, and he really doesn't pay anything, but he expects to be treated like a king. You know, it's like, you know, what is really worth it here? I do think that you have people who are very supportive of you during this time. I would certainly lean on the people that you know for sure love you, but these masculine figures in your life, definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. What is the intention of these masculine figures towards Sagittarius? The Hermit reversed. And the Six of, yeah, they want the crown without having to do the work. They want their gold star without having to do the work. You know what I mean? Ew, who is this? Let's see what your advice is for this. Because it's like you're stable, like everything's good with where you're at to an extent, but it's like you want more. You have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. You can have more, but there's something that you've been idealizing. Like you have been putting something that is not realistic on a pedestal and expecting it to work. And it's saying, nope, can't do that. You have to focus more on practical matters. Like be more practical, put yourself first, take initiative. If you want more, have more, but that means that you're going to have a more realistic perspective to be able to get it. Okay. Not saying you don't have one now. That's just what the advice says. So you may be ignoring red flags, idealizing someone, you know, seeing somebody as the creme de la creme. It's like, they're not, you know, they're not, or it's not, whatever. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thanks a lot and take care of you. Bye for now. Hey, Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you between March 22nd through to the 28th. Show me Capricorn between March 22nd through to the 28th, please. Okay, we got the Fool. I gotta hide it because she's naked on there. I just need to put a piece of tape on there already. So brand new beginning. Then we have the Devil. I just feel like that's you. The Devil is technically Capricorn. And then you have the Justice reverse. Okay. The Two of Swords. What's this indecision about? The Page of Swords. You're trying to have a new beginning, but you feel like something is holding you back. And what can that look like? Well, that can just simply represent an indecision, but what lies beneath an indecision really? You know, is it a lack of confidence? Is it a fear? Is it, you know, being afraid to piss somebody off? Is it that you want to take a brand new journey, but you feel like you're stuck somewhere? You know, these are kind of things that are popping up a little bit. And I think that you want to explore. I think that maybe you want to do some writing, or you maybe want to do a podcast. You may want to learn something. You may want to create a social media account, create a website. There's something that you're trying to do when it comes to the mental capacity that you have to create something or learn something. But for some reason, there's something that's holding you back here. What's holding Capricorn back? The Chariot. It's courage. I don't know what you're afraid of. There's something that you're afraid of. You're afraid to go for it. You're afraid to really do it. But it's like you have the energy of Uranus there. You have the energy of the Fool. So it's like, you're like, oh, I just got to trust myself. You know, I just got to do it. But then like something stops you. And then you kind of second guess yourself. Let's see what's happening external from you that's affecting you. What's going on externally from Capricorn affecting the Capricorn? The Hangman. Something is kind of in limbo here. Maybe that's why. Something in your life is in limbo. That's maybe why the Ace of Wands reverse. You can feel like the opportunity is not available yet, but it's like you want to jump on it. The Tower. What's the Tower? The Queen of Wands. You may feel like somebody is trying to take an opportunity from you. I don't know why I'm getting that. It almost feels like you're kind of playing a waiting game a little bit. You feel like somebody else has control over something, or there's something situationally that is stopping you from making a decision or going after something that you want. And so with that Hangman there, it's again, it's like something is in limbo and you're kind of forced to surrender to that, which you feel like is delaying something, delaying some kind of change that you want to make, delaying some kind of action that you want to take. There's some kind of delay. It feels like you're really ready to break out and do something. Why is the delay there? The Two of Pentacles, because you're waiting on somebody else to maybe make the decision. it's like you're counting on someone else, is what it feels like. You know, so maybe you want to move, but you're waiting on the realtor, or you know what I'm saying? Like there, it's something like that. Because you may be questioning if something that you're doing is either too selfish or it's going to hurt someone else. It's like, you know, maybe you're dating someone and you really want to go be an actor or an actress, but the role that you're auditioning for, you know, has you kissing somebody. And it's like, well, I don't want to hurt somebody, you know. So you maybe ask your partner, like, hey, you know, would you care if I did this? And you're kind of like waiting on their answer. You're like, you want to break out and do this. You know, I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's what it feels like. Something to that effect. Let's see what your advice is for this. 7 of Wands. So you may be afraid to compete for something. Like you may be afraid to really get out there and compete, show yourself, you know. Yeah, kind of getting in that. I'm getting like imposter syndrome a little bit. Yeah, see, sun reverse. It's a lot about confidence, I think, and about honing and owning your own craft. And so it's saying like release yourself from these constraints that you feel like you're being held back by, because you're really like, yes, to a degree, yes, there's something or someone that you have to rely on. There's really nothing that you can do about that, or someone you have to count on, or whatever it is. But this is your time to kind of shine and really show up and show that you got guts. So I don't know what that looks like for you, but it's telling you to go for something. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Thanks a lot and take care of you. Bye for now. Aquarius, I hope that you guys are doing incredibly well. Let's go ahead and see what is going on for the week of March 22nd through to the 28th for you. You have the Magician in your energy. Love it. King of Cups reversed. Oof, the 10 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. All right. Well, this is giving me listen, this may be reversed for some of you, okay? And I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about that. There's a past issue that's kind of coming up with a loved one, or maybe with a friend or a partner, and you're feeling pretty confident in yourself. However, what's the Magician here? The 3 of Pentacles. You may be trying to manifest a collaboration or to get on the same page with somebody, but it kind of feels like you're not really being very open. You're seemingly ending something, maybe because somebody else you feel is manipulating you, but you may be doing that to someone else as well. You seem to be very determined to end something. Why? The 9 of Pentacles, because you want to be single or you want to be on your own. Oh my goodness gracious. Because, okay, so I see. So you're initially wanting a collaboration, or you're wanting to get on the same page, and you feel like you have what it takes to be able to make that happen. But then it's not working in the way that you want. So you're like, okay, well, fuck this. I don't need you, and I don't need them, and I don't need this, and whatever. And so you're like, I'm just going to go do my own thing. I'm going to show you that I can be alone or be single or do better without you, or whatever it is, whether that's like to a boss, or maybe you're wanting to collaborate with someone on social media, or who knows, right? Whatever it may be. But you're like, you're kind of shutting down your emotions a little bit, and you're like, yeah, goodbye. I'm good on my own. I don't really need this. Thanks. All right, so Let's see what's happening externally from you that is directly affecting you. The Four of Swords. You can feel kind of shut out by someone. Too many cards. All right, whatever. The Strength reversed and the Moon. You feel like somebody's kind of hiding out or they're non-responsive. Maybe because of fear or a lack of confidence, but they're acting a bit indifferent, this person, or you may feel like something is being put on ice right now due to somebody else's ego or pride or emotions. And so whatever this thing is isn't really getting done. So for instance, if you were trying to get somebody to help you, you know, co-write a screenplay, and you're like, oh, you know, I really want to do this, but you feel like somebody's giving you the runaround, or, you know, somebody's like, no, I'm better on my own, I don't need you. You're kind of like, oh, okay, well, fuck, right? And so it's not really manifesting in the way that you had hoped. So it kind of feels like you're being shut down in a conversation or verbally. Why? Seven of Swords reverse. Give me one more. This person either feels like you're hiding something or they feel guilty about something, and they feel like maybe collaborating with you or opening up to you is going to force them to confront something that they don't really want to. Or there's some kind of truth that you exposed about yourself that they are like, yeah, no. Okay, so it really depends. Advice. The Empress. Okay. Know your worth, baby. Know your worth. Go be creative. I feel like this needs to be a creative time. You know, you're not lacking options. You know, try to dream as big as you can. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Stand up for yourself. Boundaries high. You will win. You can win. If you know your self-worth, you don't like lower your price figuratively or literally. You know, you don't lower yourself to meet somebody else's insecurities or whatever. You will find that a vast number of options or opportunities become available to you once you set that boundary, not just for others, but with yourself. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thanks a lot and take it easy. Bye for now. Hey, Pisces, I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's see what is happening for you between March 22nd through to the 28th. Show me, Pisces, March 22nd through to the 28th, please. Your energy, the 10 of Wands reversed. The Page of Cups. Okay. The Six of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you're trying to let loose a little bit, like you're trying to release some kind of responsibility that you feel like you've had. If you've been taking on too much, biting off more than you can chew, you're like, ugh, I don't want to do that, you know. For others of you, you may be trying to take the burden off of somebody else, to be honest. Maybe you're trying to help them out, whatever it is. And it seems like you're being pretty generous. Queen of Swords, there can be a conversation around money, but it feels like you're being very generous, or maybe you're paying somebody back, or, you know, and I love that the Page of Cups is here. You know, that's very much Pisces energy. You're seemingly being very vulnerable, and not only that, but you're being generous with how you feel. If it's a very giving energy. It's a very giving energy, but it's not like in a stupid way where you're just like, oh yeah, take everything. You know, you have some sense about you. What are we giving to, or who are we giving to? The Three of Swords reverse. Maybe somebody that you hurt, or maybe you're trying to mend things with someone as well. I could see that. So let's see what's occurring external from Pisces that is affecting the Pisces during this week? The Five of Pentacles reversed. There may be a reconciliation between you and someone else. Let me see. The Hierophant reversed. And the Star. Why is the Hierophant reversed? The Death card, okay. There's somebody in your life that either needs your help or maybe is offering you help, but they're doing it in like a non-conventional way. There's something that they're doing that is a little out of the box because they're looking for some kind of change. This person is also being very vulnerable with you and offering you some kind of hope around a dream that you have, maybe regarding a relationship or something financially. But it seems positive. It doesn't feel like the intentions are bad or anything like that. Yeah, maybe something financially. It seems like you're fishing your wish or you're getting something that you wished for, but it may feel a little out of the box or a little different, maybe not something that you're used to. So what do I mean by this? You know, maybe, you know, you are trying to be vulnerable with somebody that you're dating, and maybe this person felt very shut out, or maybe they weren't very generous with you. I feel like that's turning around, but maybe there's something a little unconventional about the relationship. You know, maybe they're doing something to kind of surprise you because they're attempting to initiate change. So the Hierophant reverse, you know, maybe they are like showing up at your door randomly, you know, or maybe they send you a cute letter in the mail. Maybe they finally pay you back that money that they owe you, or whatever it is. And they're being very honest and very vulnerable with you about that because they are trying to create some kind of change within the connection between the two of you. Yeah, I feel like you're getting something that you want, especially on a practical or financial plane. What's the advice for Pisces? The King of Swords reverse. It's asking you to maybe be logical or request the advice from somebody who, you know, is smarter than you in regards to a certain topic or in regards to something that you're wanting to do. Judgment reversed. If it's you guys that are paying somebody back, this person is allowing you to come back around or inviting you back into their life, but it's going to be on their terms. And so if there's something that like you need to be honest about, or something that you need to confess, or something that you need to take accountability for, especially if you want vulnerability from them, or if you want that sweetness, that King of Swords reverse, that Judgment reverse, and that Six of Cups says, you have to come to terms with something. You have to be honest about something that occurred in the past in order to really move forward. What is that Judgment? The Knight of Pentacles, about something financially or something work related, something that you've been working on. Okay. So I feel like this person is very welcoming, but it kind of is their way or the highway a little bit. Okay, so whatever that means for you, Pisces, thanks a lot and have a great week. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one.